right, let's get into game. Top 1 and 2 priorities in life. Pet the doggo and pet the cat. Exactly. So, thank you, Hall, for being a lovely Patreon supporter. And for picking the letter. As scary as it is. Thank you. Thank you. We are going to be Hannah, as you corrected me because I did not have the right word for her, the name. So we're going to continue. It did. Thank you so much. I'm glad it could help. All right. I don't really remember. It's saying something new. But none of this is new. So, I don't know. She loves herself fully. It's like completely grateful. All right. Sleep will be elusive tonight. October 28th, Friday. Luke is already gone by the time I rise. There isn't a single hide or hair from him to be found, and trying to call him on his mobile is a bust, as it only goes straight to his voicemail. That's twice in a row he's gone on me. And for him to disappear today, of all days, is a bit upsetting because of what's to come. Talia's like, wow, some bitch cut you earlier. I must protect mode. It was her. No, she gone now. Oh, heck. What happened to previous girl? I may have had her in an office with the scary girl. And I don't know if she survived. So Hannah just had a freaky experience in the kitchen with someone crying in a cellar, except the door was locked. Right. I literally walk away for 2 minutes to pick papers off the printer, get my lunch, and BR break, and miss the reading. Aww. It was the moon. It was the moon card, if you were wondering which card. The morning is once again filled with whirlwind of activity. Fortunately, I am much more refreshed as I took a break from my responsibilities. I haven't the faintest clue where Luke was yesterday. Today is going to be a busy day, although unlike Wednesday, the master of the house isn't here right now, absent once again from his duties. Hopefully he'll be back in time for the party. This is our house, after all. A grand housewarming party for the wonderful Wright mansion. Every person of importance from Luxbourne is invited, and there will be a few guests flying in as well. Of course, there will be some people from the media, along with friends and acquaintances, who are made no less important, regardless of their status in society. Marianne and I discussed business and last-minute touches to the house before finalizing everything. Not that there is much change from our original plans. Bar any huge additions to the property itself, the mansion is nearly 100% complete.
You have certainly exceeded expectations, Marianne. Everything looks so marvelous, and in such a short time, too.
She was hiding under the desk at work when the ghost's closing in on her. We don't know if she survived or not. Exactly. It's party day. Fall asleep, sorry? No, take all the rest you need. Of course, Dawn. I fell asleep on the couch yesterday for a little bit, too, so I get you.
Well, I can't take all the credit. People have certainly been enthusiastic about the idea of working on the Wright mansion. There won't be any more problems unless Mr. Wright has any more objections about the second bedroom.
Luke and I had a small tiff about making the second bedroom into a child's playroom, which I insisted is completely practical. In the end, he had to... That's a big word. Acquiesced? I didn't give him any choice in the matter. I even bought this wonderful wooden crib from the antique store yesterday, including some toys. Acquiesced. Okay. Or acquiesce. I was close. I forgot this was voice acted, and the voices jumped the crap out of me. Oh no! Oop. Just in case anyone brings their baby, of course. Not 'cause she wants one. Besides, we have little need for actual guest rooms. We hardly have guests who spend the night. If we absolutely have to, we often choose to foot the bill for their visit on one of our hotels instead, always at Luke's own insistence. And on the off chance that we might actually let someone stay, the bedroom in the opposite wing is still up to the task.
Oh, no. We proceed with that room as planned.
Hi, Ren.
I already agreed to him having his greenhouse and his vineyard and his stables. He may as well let me have this one thing.
No, I did not agree to him having a helipad.
All right, then. Well, do we have any other concerns? Anything we need to put on our agenda before the party commences?
No, I don't think so. Not unless Luke has anything else to say.
Is he around then? It'd be best if we can note down his requests right away, considering the scope of his usual ones.
Around? No. Where is he? Who knows where? I don't.
No, he's not around.
She didn't have to point out the obvious now, did she? After 7 long years, I've already gotten used to him. I should be by now. Still not, apparently.
But don't you have a party?
I want nothing more than to complain, to whinge, about how unfair this is. However, airing out one's dirty laundry is simply taboo among high society. To do so will make you a ripe target for the next dinner party chit-chat. Vultures, the lot of them, really. Or most of them, at least. Is this a new game? Unless you've played it and I missed it. I've played The Letter before. A couple times, I think, now. It's a scary visual novel. Oh my god, it's a mansion. 4th time? I think 3rd or 4th. Please, miss, get out of that relationship, seriously, though. There are always good ones, like Rochelle Lee. But put your trust in the wrong person, and you'll find yourself eagerly picked apart.
Yes. But Luke's just being a sweetie, you see. That friend he's visiting, he's having marital problems, and he's just trying to cheer him up.
It's okay, Rin. That man is abusive, seriously, though. Dump his butt. Perhaps I'm being a bit too harsh, a bit too hot-headed in divulging details. But I thought myself clever with the plan to dress it up as gossip. Marianne's raised eyebrow makes me unsure whether she is interested or not. Although that does make things better if she has no interest and therefore has no hidden intent to utilize whatever I might say to her.
They've been married for a long time and they've hit how do they say it? A rough patch. His wife has a drinking problem and can be very neglectful. The poor thing really does his best to be a good husband. But it's never enough for her. Sometimes I think it's the years. Maybe it's been so long that they've lost that romantic spark. What do you think?
You were asking for my personal opinion on the matter, ma'am? Do you want me to be honest, or...
Be honest with me.
Be honest with me, Marianne. I don't need someone to sugarcoat it.
I got... Real talk is an achievement. Also did that... Yeah, I think that improved. Yeah, plus, right. It tells you. Cool. Yay. Drinking and cursing at you is what we call being a sweetie. Yeah. Are you sure you're not talking about your relationship, just gender bent? No, she is, exactly.
I'm not some fragile thing that I'm just going to break down at the slightest thing.
She hesitates, taking a sip of her coffee while I stare into my own cup of tea. The silence stretches on, and I almost believe that she will never answer my question. I suppose that I shouldn't blame her, putting her on the spot like this. Her hesitation is understandable, though I loathe to admit it. She simply wants this whole thing to stay professional. Then she speaks.
If I'm going to be completely honest, I need to ask. This is about you and Mr. Wright, isn't it?
It's my turn to hesitate now. I really didn't expect such a straightforward question. And to get to the heart of the matter, I suppose I'm not as clever as I'd like to think. Or is it really that bad that an outsider can see our little marital troubles? Surely we aren't that obvious, are we? A lot, it's fine. We've put up an act of a perfect couple for years, although it hadn't always been an act. Marianne is just more keen than the average person, of course. Of course! Yeah, no other reason. It's fine. Maybe we need to get out of that relationship. So what's the story of this? Haunted mansion. Pretty much that. It is a necessity to her career, and she's been working so closely with us. Yes, that's it.
Suppose it is. What would you tell me?
The Ring and the Grudge truly scare me. Same. So whenever the ghost pops up, I'm nope.
Then I tell you it's none of my business. I tell you that I don't want to meddle. But if the troubled husband with the neglectful wife asked me for my honest opinion, I'd say that he shouldn't base his happiness and his self-worth on someone else. Someone who won't even give him the time of the day. Maybe he should try being independent for a while. See what it's like when he isn't trying to please someone else and doing things for himself. Everyone's supposed to be their own man or woman, right? A bit of breathing room never hurt anyone. That's just my 2 pence worth, of course.
So you're saying they should divorce?
Nothing as drastic as that. If they're afraid that it might lead to just that, then maybe that is what's meant to happen in the first place. We shouldn't let our fear control our lives. But it's just a short hiatus is all. Or, couples therapy? Look, I'm really not the best person to ask about relationships. So grain of salt and all that.
She trails off, having said her piece, and leaves nothing but the smell of coffee and Earl Grey between us. If it's like that, I might not be able to watch. I get that. It's really obvious when the scary stuff is about to happen, usually. So you could always just, mute it during that or whatnot. Stevie Wonder can see this relationship is unhealthy. Dalton! That was subtle. So is it taking place in the UK, going based off the accent? I think so. Everyone's UK, right? Not everyone's UK, but everyone lives in the UK, I think. But the character we played in the beginning, she isn't from here. But it switched characters on us. Because my character got taken by the ghost, I think. Marianne is very sensible when it comes to giving advice. Following her own advice, perhaps not so much. Yeah, that's most people. There's a calm despite the nature of what has just been discussed. To say that her words make me start to think is an understatement. To say that I'm not considering her advice is a lie. And to say that this might just be the calm before the storm is a possibility. Others have had shorter marriages, yes, but plenty have celebrated long and happy ones as well. My own parents celebrated their choral anniversary before they passed away. But 7 years? 7 years isn't a whole lot in the grand scheme of things. It isn't a whole lot of time to see what and where a relationship can bring us. And at the same time, 7 years. Well, it hasn't been entirely made up of unhappy years, has it? It won't last forever. It's not supposed to, anyway. I just dread the thought that it might last for a very long time. I dread the thought that these small spats, these little disagreements, will turn into an all-out resentment. The idea that we will grow to hate each other with every fiber of our being scares me. I can't even pinpoint the exact moment when our blissful reunion turned sour. We can get through this, right? Wait, story updated. But none of these. None of that's new. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I know that I still do love him, and I feel that there's still a part of him that loves me in return. We just need to get our heads together and talk it out. Surely he will see some sense. There's a cough before Marianne clears her throat. I must have been quiet for so long that I moved to apologize when she stands up. We both end up on our feet, unsure of how to proceed. Some sort of odd, awkward shuffle occurs as we decide whether to sit back down or not.
I really should handle what's left of the work.
You won't be attending the party? Oh, you really must, Marianne.
I'll try to stay and chat. Maybe grab a few bites and a drink, but I can't be around for the entirety of the event. My apologies. Busy, busy, busy.
Hi, Sister. Isabella is Filipino. Hannah and Luke are English. Zachary is American. Marianne is Irish. Ash is, I can't remember. He is of Asian descent, though. Rebecca is Scottish. There we go. Ma'am, you're different people, so don't base your relationship on others. I mean, true. So I'm guessing this is for a different ending. We haven't even gotten one ending. Like, we're just playing, and Hall wants me to make decisions however I see fit, and then we'll see how the ending goes. But no, it's a long game. So. Imaginary part of southern England. Gotcha. I believe there might be an Irish accent, though. I'm not sure. I think that's supposed to be her. Yeah, no ending yet.
You must stay a while. I'd love for you to meet some of my friends, and they're ever so excited to meet you. You need to say hello to the Lees, at least. If it wasn't for them, I'd never even heard of you.
We'll see. So, if I can be excused?
Certainly. You'll have to excuse me as well. I must attend to the party before any early birds arrive. Because, believe me, they will throw a fuss if things aren't ready, even when they're not supposed to be here until an hour later.
Alright, the scene outside the parlor is great. It's a great organized mess. I'm going to save. There we go. Oop. There we go. Okay. Oh, that's a great picture of Marianne. Hannah and Marianne were seen discussing the mansion's finishing touches before the housewarming party. On a whim, Hannah asked for Marianne's opinion about a certain couple having marital problems. It leaves the former with something to think about after the latter excused herself from attending the party. Is this after... What's her name? This is after they had their drunk crap. Okay, we don't know. Okay. I'm gonna save. How do I save? Save. Aside from our own household help, we hired the service of a temp agency which provides staff for Wright Enterprise in the hospitality sector. Even our very skilled staff cannot undertake a party of this size on their own. Waiters, busboys, hostesses, and their staff captains move about in droves, carrying crockery and serveware good for several dozen people and then some. Chefs and bartenders tail from Johannes, looking like scared little children as he escorts them through the kitchen into the wine cellar. They're dead. To pursue the stocks to select what can be served at the party and what can be used for cooking.
Schnell! We have a lot to do, and I believe we did not hire snails.
And he's German, I believe. Love the music. It's very good music. Very pretty art as well. Why do I feel like Marianne can be a potential love interest for Hannah? I don't think there's any love interest, but I could be wrong.
Snails are for the dishes.
A string quartet readies up to play for the evening, tuning their instruments as they fill the air with idle chatter. Floral decor worth thousands fill vases, wreaths, and baskets, while petals are scattered along the driveway up front. A nice sculpture of a reindeer is brought in carefully by a pair. I'm sorry, is it as big as this cake? Because that is a huge cake then. Anyone else see Beauty and the Beast? I can see it. A few exceptions, more or less anyone can be a love interest, or something close to it for any one of the main seven. Oh, okay. It is followed by a simple cake, just a 5-tier cake chiffon, one with white chocolate mousse, fresh berries, and a light dusting of edible gold leaf. But despite the fact that I told Marianne how I will attend to all of this, I find myself unable to focus or care for any of it. I still have our discussion running in my mind, and looking at all this, I only see Luke everywhere. These are all grand things that Luke wanted to have for the party. I had wanted a small, elegant, and simple gathering, with only a select few invited, namely the people who I would actually trust to enter my home. I did not want any bloody politicians or paparazzi in here, no matter how used I am to catering to them.
At least be here for your party. Damn it, Luke.
The entire thing screamed Luke Wright, and I can't help but add another question to my growing list of queries. When did I lose myself? It's always about him nowadays, isn't it? What about Hannah Wright? What about Hannah Evans? I used to be my own woman, who made her own name, her own career, and her own decisions. Sure, I was already the social butterfly that I still am today, but it wasn't all empty, shallow gossip and sitting pretty. I was also lauded for my knowledge and talent. Finance manager wasn't just handed to me just because my father owned the company. I had insisted that I start at the bottom so I could work my way to the top and prove myself, and I did. I worked numbers, managed budgets, money and accounts, analyzing the competition and market trends. There was the circulation of financial risk, cost reduction opportunities, auditor liaison, and public relations, supervision of staff, and I clicked off the game. And, well, I generally had a huge slew of responsibilities. Admittedly, I was already quite the attention seeker even back then, having dedicated most of my youth craving for my parents' approval. Failing that, I turned to others, looking for praise from anyone who would give it, however fleeting it all was. And Luke? Oh, Luke, the way he looked at me, the way he watched me and took genuine interest. He had me disgustingly obsessed since day one, hasn't he? He saw me for me, Hannah Evans, and both my faults and achievements. The man didn't treat me like some damsel in distress or some prize to be won. I remember the nights before we were married, where we would talk about everything and anything, from big things like business, society, and philosophy to little things such as what we had for breakfast or whether we liked cats or dogs more. We both prefer dogs. Rude. Nowadays, I'm just Luke Wright's wife. It's mostly my fault, isn't it? They told me that husbands prefer wives who are docile and subordinate. A woman who will always be there for him, yet would never outshine him in all aspects except beauty. A wife needs to be at home and attend to his needs, to have children, and to take care of them in his absence. They said I have no business working anymore after I was married. I can blame society, but I listened. Before I can fall further into this introspective pit of self-loathing, someone calls for my attention.
The guests have arrived, madam.
And I clicked off the game. I want the cake, same. The most important duty of all, clicking off the game. So I talked to my grams yesterday, and she had a follow-up with her doctor after traveling and has been told that she cannot leave the house for the next 4 weeks since she decided to travel for the holidays. While I was happy to see her for the holidays, this does not surprise me at all. I just hope she's safe. That's a big cake. Chocolate? Look, all you need, Cynthia.
And Luke?
Running a bit late, I'm afraid.
Late for his own party. That man, I swear. He's probably looking to make a dramatic entrance, knowing him. Open the doors, then. We mustn't tarry.
Cars line up the driveway, peppering the front of the mansion with vehicles of every kind. Grand Tours, supercars, even the odd high-end muscle car or two, convertibles, grand saloons, and other luxury cars can be seen, being parked by valets. A handful of cabs drive off, possibly for those who thought it too troublesome to bring their own cars. There are at least 2 different media vans as well. They're all here for what may be considered the biggest event of the year in Luxbourne. So far. Who knows what we'll plan for the winter holidays.
Welcome everyone. Please, make yourselves at home.
Some of the guests idle, enjoying the warm if not strange sunshine we are experiencing before gloomy skies inevitably turn. They greet acquaintances and friends with warm smiles, others less so. God damn it, headphones. From where I stand, I can see the hierarchy of power, the ties that bind these individuals here, whether through convenience or necessity. Headphones? There we go. However, there are also few who are not here to further cement their current place in high society. Such as that young man with his oriental hair, rude, ignorant of the looks he's received from women and men alike.
Be careful with Shirley, alright?
Why is he here? Man from the Orient? But we know his name. Why not just call him Ash? Why is he here? I mean, I could be wrong, but I thought like Orient or Oriental is not the most PC way of saying things. Now make yourself at home. You can make a fucking mess like that. Also, screw Luke. Yeah, screw Luke. Because Hannah doesn't. Because you play Hannah. It's not? Okay. I just wanted to make sure that that wasn't very PC. Okay. That feels offensive? Yeah. I guess because Hannah doesn't know his name, but yeah. It's a good pit of self-loathing, though, as far as helping the players understand Hannah is concerned. Yeah. Or that rose-haired woman talking on her phone while she looks unsure of why she's here exactly.
Yes, I'm at the party already, Mom.
Yes, I'll say hi to her if I can.
I see Zachary, the photographer, as well. That's awkward. He talks to a few of the other media crew with an air of familiarity.
I was just here a few days ago, yeah.
Yeah, I was hitting on you, I guess.
Yeah, and the inside is huge, but the staff are pretty helpful if you get lost.
And then there are people like Chief Inspector. Ugh. People who I can never be too sure about. People who stand on the border between being suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Well, Kat said not politically correct. I didn't think so. Showing Hannah's, let's say, less than PC thoughts, yeah. And being trustworthy.
Thank you for the invite, Anna. Husband still missing, I see.
I should be saying the same of your darling Rochelle, Lee. The doctors again.
She told me she'll just be in the gardens. Bet she's lying and that she's somewhere around mingling, gossiping with the other ladies. It's no offense, but that seems to be all you ladies do at these parties.
And aren't you gossiping right now?
Yeah.
Yes, well, what about Luke? Should we file a missing persons report now, or do you want to wait 24 hours?
He's
I feel dirty now.
around.
You know, I can tell if someone's bluffing. Don't tell me, let me guess. He's finally drunken himself to death and not wanting a scandal, you've hidden his body. I was wanting to give this housewarming gift to him personally, too.
Oh my god, please tell me he's dead in the cellar. Please tell me.
It's a plate
He's
that holds a
not.
wine glass so he can stop killing himself with liquid lunches. Looks like it's too late for that.
Nothing like that. Besides, this is a hardly polite conversation.
Face and voice do not match. No, they don't. He is super sus. He likes to hit on Hannah a lot. Serious creep,
Oh,
yeah.
relax. I'm just trying to be cheeky to lighten the mood. It's not like I want Luke dead.
I think that smile begs to differ.
The man doesn't serve dodgy plonk like the others when I visit, and he pays his respects well enough. I could use a glass of wine or 3, actually. Rochelle's been in a horrid mood. Threw her stilettos at me the other day and almost took an eye out.
Good.
Not sure if this is how it usually goes, but I blame the pregnancy.
I wouldn't know, would I?
Still no plans for a baby? Well, I guess that's for the best. If it's this bad now, I can't even imagine how bad it'll be when that little baby bump becomes huge.
Have I mentioned how I don't trust him, no matter how hard I try to do so? At least he brought a gift, I suppose.
Why don't you just go inside and have some wine, Lee?
Think I will, thanks.
Greetings such as these carry on as the guests continue to trickle in. He ain't dead in the cellar, just sampling some Amontillado. If Luke's dead, he's on the top of my suspicious list. Fair. No, it's the ghost, and I'm fine with that too. I need a shower, Fred says. Oh my god. We need... Yeah, we want Luke dead. True. Need my gun emotes back. Whether we have short conversations or merely shake hands and nod heads, I make sure to attend and welcome each of them. As the first hour passes by, the rest of the stragglers and I adjourn to the ballroom. Any latecomers will have the attention of the porter instead. I have other duties to attend to now. Let me at him. Hosting parties is always the same old song and dance, no matter how big or small it is. You make sure your guests are well fed, have good company, and have them generally enjoy themselves. I'm gonna save. Nothing's happened, so I'll keep saving the same one. So when my opening remarks are done, when the band has started to play, and the guests have started eating, I find myself wandering around aimlessly unless I am pulled aside. For a while, I stay with a small group, and entertain them before excusing myself. And when they're not anymore watching me, I end up watching them. When they don't listen, I do. A local banker is having trouble with his daughter. He wishes to marry her off, but she wants nothing more than to make music. Aww. One of our hotel managers worry about the stolen belongings of one of his patrons, a failing in security which should be brought up to a higher authority soon. Our mayor, well, his cat died. No! And then there is this rose-haired woman once again. It is hard not to notice her with her distinctive locks. She also lacks the grace of the other ladies have, though that does not make her any less beautiful. Her stance and the air she exudes instead are strong, and they make her stand out despite her casual attire. Many men have already given her their attention, though each invitation to dance has been turned down. I approach, intrigued, although it is no great mystery what occupies her attention, with the glances she keeps sending towards the boy with the oriental hair. She remains unaware, though, even as I stand beside her, pretending that I am there for a drink.
You would catch his eye a lot better if you wore nicer clothes, don't you think?
She likes Ash? Classic!
Almost 2 years.
Almost. Quite. Thank you so much for 19 months of support with that tier 2. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All that love and hype. Thank you. Have at it. Okay, so is it just me or is the officer asking weirdly personal questions? Yeah, no, he's always been like that. Well, I say always. We've only seen him once before. Fireball to their ass. I didn't think that she liked Ash. I don't know. Hannah, that is not a compliment.
Didn't realize the housewarming was going to be this fancy. I
Really?
would have gone with a nice dress if I knew.
Oh, you're fine, dearie. It's only really the parvenus, those who climb, that come to these parties all dolled up. Quite the black-haired beauty, isn't he?
He a dick, that's who he is. The boy comes over, but I do nothing to speak any softer. He merely passes by, and it is any wonder he doesn't hear what I say.
Who, Ash?
You know, you really shouldn't have turned down those offers. If I wasn't married, I'd happily go dancing with those young men. But you said a name. Ash. That's the exquisite lad you've been looking at all this time. I don't know him, and I'm the one hosting this party. That must mean you know each other. Is he your boyfriend then? Because that would explain those rejections.
This is a weird perspective. In all my life, I've never seen a face grow so red so fast. The shade of her hair did not help as well. This is the most pink I've seen a person, really.
Oh, what? No, that's ridiculous. He isn't my boyfriend.
Such a violent reaction. A simple no would have sufficed. Many here would be happy to hear it.
And I haven't been looking at him.
Uh-huh.
That's right. You've been staring. Quite heatedly, in fact. Although I'm not sure if you look like you want to kiss him or kill him.
That's fair.
It's more the latter currently.
Yeah, fair.
Just don't go murdering him on my property. I don't want to walk into a room and suddenly find a body there.
I waver as I feel the burning of someone's stares. It is chilling, and though I am used to enduring the gaze of others, this one makes the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. Nah, I'm in the way. Nope. Nope. Can we not? My attention is pulled from the girl and I see a woman staring. Dark-haired and dirty, she looks more like a beggar than a guest, and I have half the mind to call the security at her when her mouth breaks out into a grin. All I hear is her laughing. Taunting. Her stare makes my blood run cold. She looks at me like I'm nothing but a pig to slaughter for her amusement. It makes my hand shake and I nearly drop my drink. Okay, I'm back. Nope. 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 Pick this angle just to look at their boobs? Probably. There will be a reason for this angle in a moment. Was it that? That reason. Still, nope. Go back to boobs, please. Back to boobs. Lunch break's over. I might lurk during the second game. No problem. All the love, Rin. Take care of yourself. But then in a blink, she's gone, and the buzz of the party returns.
I'll keep that in mind, but are you all right?
Yes, sorry. I just thought I saw something strange. It must be the trick of the light. Anyway, on a right, as you must already know.
Rebecca Gales.
Gales.
The name is familiar, like a fond memory. I got reunion as an achievement. Alright. The ghosties gotta ruin the mood. I'm trying to vibe. Yeah, they're good at unsettling. I recall a kind lady, a private tutor who treated me like her own daughter when I was young. She'd even bring me food when there was no need to do so. Usually stovies? Which I honestly hadn't been too keen about, though I ate them nonetheless because she brought them for me.
Oh, the professor! And your little Becky!
My parents couldn't make it since they're in Scotland right now. And Mom says hi, by the way. But yeah, that's me. Little Becky. We met once before.
Yes, oh, I remember you! You were the cutest little thing with glasses! And when we met, you were having boy troubles with this lad called something with an A.
Was it Ash?
What was it again? Aaron, Alan, Adele, Albert, Alexander, Andrew?
The more I list off names, the more red and more quiet Becky gets. She starts to look a bit miserable as her body language shows discomfort and stiffness. Perhaps I've triggered a horrid childhood memory. Surely I hadn't been mean when she visited with her mother. I don't quite remember all of it.
Ashton! Ash! That man is that boy! The same one. Oh, goodness me, after all these years! I can see why, though. He's quite dashing.
You don't really need to announce it to everyone with an earshot, you know?
Oh my God.
Keep it down.
I'm so sorry, but it really is cute.
And a tad bit sad. Rude.
This is a nice party, Miss Wright.
Please, Anna's fine. We're friends of a sort, aren't we? We must be friends, seeing as I know about your little infatuation, Becky.
That's almost like blackmail, ma'am.
Don't you worry, dearie. You'll have your happy ending yet.
Will she, though?
I'm not too concerned about that, am I? That's not what I'm looking for.
Oh? And what makes you think that? Doesn't everybody want their happy ending?
The idea of happy endings sounds like they're just for fairy tales.
Yeah, his personality sucks. Hannah's talking to Becca like she's 16 at most. Yeah, when she's actually 5 to 6 years younger than her. Yeah. Well, aren't they all adults, I believe, in this game? Yeah, it changed to Becky for Hannah, but it's Becca, yeah.
And they are, sorta. I don't think you can just sit around, trapped in some tower and hope for the best.
I mean, I'm not wrong.
If you love them, you have to fight for it, right? You're not just going to sit there and hope that everything will just fix itself on its own. Like everything, you have to work at it. But what do I know?
There's a grimace, although she starts to relax around my presence. How long has it been since we met as children? Certainly a long time. She was tiny back then, if I recall correctly.
I'm sure the daughter of the two greatest professors I've ever known is smart enough to know what she's talking about.
Actually, I do wonder. It's not what I want. Profiles. So Hannah's 31. Does it say Becca? Damn it! Okay. I was wondering.
Have you told him how you feel?
Misaki! Misaki, thank you so much for 10 months of support. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hi, Tara. Hi, Misaki. 10 months. So many months. They're in their mid-20s, the rest. To early 30s, Luke and Hannah. Gotcha. Da, 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 da.
And it's been what? 20 years?
17, actually. But no, not yet. He can be a bit dense. I was hoping that maybe he'd notice on his own and...
Well, that won't do. What if you two become husband and wife? He's not to be dense when he's sworn himself to another person. Why, you might just as well consider leaving before the day's even begun.
If that happens, I'll have to give him a good ear bashing, won't I? Whoever anyone ends up with, it's not going to be a perfect relationship anyway. There's going to be things you'll love and things you'll hate about the other person. We're just humans. It's funny. Here I am, trying to give you advice when you did the very same thing back then. I remember you giving me a makeover when we were still kids. And you were the first I told anyone about my crush.
I do remember now that she mentions it. Did I give her that yellow summer dress or the pink blouse and petticoat? She must have kept some of what I had set in mind. It feels ridiculous remembering all those years later, talking about boys and how they go crazy for pretty girls, as if it's some gospel every woman should adhere to. It was so easy to say such things then, with me not knowing any better. Although looking at her now, she must have kept some of what I had in mind. Perhaps I did say something good at the time, enough for her to take it to her heart. But all that didn't matter in the moment as I mulled over what she just said in my head. What Becky told me is very different from what Marianne told me. There is no time to ponder over that, however, as a hush descends over the once lively crowd. The music of strings and the chatter slows to a grinding halt as the doors from the foyer opens. The last of the latecomers should have arrived moments ago, and anyone else this late should simply be too embarrassed to show their face, unless they're Luke. So this can only be one person, or rather, one man. There's only one man who is audacious enough to arrive at his own party so late.
Good evening, ladies and gents. Enjoying the party? I hope I'm not too late in welcoming you all to the Wright mansion.
Unlike I, who was raised in the spotlight and simply grew used to its presence, he sought it out every chance he could, even when there was no spotlight that shone. And I'll never put it against him when he smiles like that. He did so quite brilliantly under the scrutiny when he channels his showmanship. You can tell by the way people's eyes light up as he speaks, how they listen, enraptured, even if all he's doing is a simple greeting. A little wave of his hands here, a little smile there, and a bit of swagger. I always tell him that if he is not to be a businessman, he'll do well as an entertainer. Fuck you. Fuck off, Luke. I'm afraid he's not dead, folks. Yeah, I didn't think so. 17 years, not that Becca was counting! I noticed that. Characters like Luke have to be so handsome, he's so aggravating. I mean, for me, he's not really... If anyone's my type... let's look at the characters. Who is it all? If anyone's my quote-unquote type, it'd probably be Zachary, Marianne, and Ashton are the ones that I find the most attractive visually, personally. My least is probably Luke, because I've never, I don't like the slick backed hair, the blonde hair. It just reads as disgustingly perfect, if that makes sense. I don't know. What? Fender, there's no one here that looks like you. Like, no one here that looks like you. Why are you crying? There's no one here that looks like you got any of my loves. Marianne and Rebecca. Oh, and Isabella. Also, when we first met him, oof, yeah. Perfectly greasy. Fair. But hi, little miss. How are you doing? Preferably together, Rebecca and Isabella. Fair. I can see that. Hannah's sweet, but, yeah. I think, like, just the rich bitch air turns me off type thing. Zach and Marianne all the way. Legit. Yeah. I would say those three are probably my favorite. But in terms of personality and looks, Zachary and Marianne so far. Ashton's a bitch. Alright. Kat, think of all the things they could buy for you. I've never been someone that goes for money. Ever. Like, too perfect in the way that you start to think there's got to be something really have to be hidden behind all that perfection. I mean, gonna lurk now? No problem, Lisa. Go Go to sleeps. But she has layers, Cat, like an onion. Oh my god. I am doing good, little miss. Feel sorry for Hannah, but nothing more. Yeah, same. I love this side of him, especially when he looks at me and he beckons me over to humbly share his place. Not a single second is wasted as I excuse myself from Becky's side and I make my way over to Luke's.
Welcome, one and all, to our humble abode.
I don't know, he looks too much like Malfoy. Which is also the same kind of air amongst them. I returned from getting some noms. Ugh, Luke.
Tonight, if you have yet to find yourself in your roles, you are our ladies and lords of the court of your king and queen. If you would excuse my presumptuousness. So, enjoy the feast that has been laid out for your senses as we only allowed the best to be served.
I didn't know he was gonna giggle for so long, so I accidentally skipped it, but... Well, he is a little bitch. Luke looks too slick, yeah. Yeah. But with Hannah, one of those layers involves forgiving the shitty actions of her shitty racist husband. Yeah, that's true. And she obviously has a little bit of racist in her, too, with how she described Ash. Ugh. I agree with you about the rich girl air, but unfortunately that isn't something that she can just turn off. Oh, no. That has to be unlearned. That's not... Yeah. She's aware of her privilege more than some. That's true, but obviously she still has her moments. Yeah, absolutely. I actually kind of like Hannah. I don't mind, or I don't care how much money she has as long as she doesn't treat me like trash. We'll get along great. Yeah, she needs to be surrounded by better people, I think. And, with better morals. What, you don't want to have a partner be all, my father will hear of this when you ask them to do the dishes? Fender? Ashton looks good, but his personality? Yeah. Looks too slick, but never slick enough. Oh my god. To be fair to her on the Ash thing, that is something a lot of people didn't think was a problem relatively recently, so it could just be privilege leading her to have never been corrected. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Being surrounded by better people.
Enjoy the rest of your night, everyone.
There's a round of applause, cheers, and even some hoots. Guests approach us left and right to shake Luke's hand and greet him personally, praises on their lips. It is because of this that I do not see her. I do not see her until she is dangerously close, with fury in her eyes, and she is already spitting venom. This is someone else. Okay. This is some... I like her hair. Who is this? Johannes restrains her, taking care not to unnecessarily harm the pregnant woman. Is this his wife? The police dude's wife? Luke's face. Oh, she looks so scared though. Rochelle, that's her name, isn't it? Which is still shitty because, like, get out of your bubble for 5 seconds. Yeah. Like to make a catapult to yeet Luke to the nearest window or the nearest wall. Tara. I'll help you. She needs someone who won't, be emotionally abusive. That too. Who we fighting? Not sure what is going on with that lady's hair. I think it's like, it's her natural hair and then it looks like almost like she has dreads weaved in, or she has her hair dyed and dreaded. But usually with fair hair like that, it's really hard to naturally dread your own hair without fake dreads. Is it ringlets? Oh, it doesn't really look like ringlets. Might be, though. Perhaps a trebuchet. That will get you more distance. But that does little to deter her rage, and the man has no choice but to let her go, lest an unborn child is hurt. Although it might be too late for that, as I see an empty glass of wine in her hand. You shouldn't drink when you're pregnant. How much has she imbibed in? I've never seen that word before.
Are you feeling ill, Rochelle?
It's Rochelle.
Perhaps you need to sit down and...
No! Shut it, you munter! I ain't talking to you! I'm talking to this scumbag over here!
That's fair, but what is this word? Somebody explain. I don't know what this word is. I mean, I assume it's like I don't know if it's worse than like bitch or something. Hands up who thought that her was going to be the ghost again. That's what I thought until it showed. And I was like, oh. Hi, J Bowler. Basically ugly? Oh, okay. Rude. Def thought it was going to be the ghost, yeah. But usually used in an especially aggressive way. Gotcha. Like hag, maybe?
You bloody bastard, standing there with your smarmy smile.
I mean, that's fair. She interrupts me, jabbing her finger in my direction before she rounds on Luke. Even as whispers and murmurs break out among the guests, all I can focus on is the heat of the moment. Hey, I mean, fucking tear him out, girl! I don't know what she's yelling at him for, but... Obviously intoxicated, judging by the smell of alcohol on her breath. I'm not ticked off about this little display of hers, at least not yet. But I am absolutely pissed by the fact that she'd endanger her own baby by drinking. There is a considerable amount of restraint and grace that I must exercise while I wait for her tantrum to subside. I keep a patient, if tight, smile on my face. Luke's expression, on the other hand, is indecipherable. Also, what's this? Timeline. The Wright mansion officially opened its doors with a grand housewarming feast. Zachary, Steele, Ashton, Frey, and Rebecca Gales were seen attending. However, what was supposed to be a day of merriment turned sour when Rochelle Lee, the chief inspector's wife, accused Luke of fathering her unborn baby! Oh, that was a spoiler! Oh no! Fuck! Were they cheating with each other? Oh shit, son! Oh my god. Oh my god. Mods, please ban Kat for spoiler. Holy shit. That's a perfect excuse to divorce him now.
Watch your tongue. You're on thin ice, Rochelle.
We saw nothing. Oh, well, that just spoiled what was about to happen, Journal. I know! That's so weird. Anyway.
Where's your husband? Who even invited you?
You!
I did.
And I told you with great emphasis not to. Now we have a drunk, hormonal, pregnant woman causing a stir. What is even going on?
I'm just about to ask the exact same thing.
I don't know.
Well, I know now.
But Rochelle, do calm down before you hurt yourself.
Mods can ban me too since I accidentally guessed it. No, don't get banned. It would just be for timing out, but it's too late now. You're fine. But yeah, always be careful with random guesses because you could always be right, as we found out many times. That's why I missed the spoiler room. I know. That's why you said blind? Oh, okay. Funny enough, I didn't even see it. Like, I didn't see what Theron said. Because I was too wrapped up in the moment. But then I read the journal, so F. I'm reminded of one of my several complaints in the Halo games. Loading screens with spoilers? Really? What the fuck? Figured that's why she's drinking and bitching about, yeah. PSA, do not drink with a child, thanks.
I can't understand a word you're saying.
Do we knock him out, or should he be unconscious when he did?
Where is that husband of yours? Lee! Collect your wife right now!
I hate yeah, collect your wife like she needs to, like she's an animal.
Don't you fucking talk like I'm not here and you're not responsible, you ass! You told me that I should wait for you in the gardens!
Excuse me? What is this nonsense you're going on about?
Crazy talk. That's all it is. Just completely and utterly mad. Has anyone seen the chief inspector?
I am pregnant with your little bastard. You promised me you'll take responsibility. God damn it, Luke. I finally got you to talk to me after months of silence, and you do this to me.
What? What do you mean you're pregnant with Luke? Is this true?
Lies and slander, woman! Security! Johannes, take her out of here before she makes an even bigger fool of herself!
No, you do not do this to me. I was so ready to leave my stupid oaf of a husband. I told you to leave that damn wife of yours. Look at her. Does she look like she wants a baby?
But she does! He's the one that doesn't want one.
Does she look like she could take care of a baby?
Yes. Yes, she does. It is now that Johans returns with security, along with the concerned-looking Officer Lee. They surround her and move to escort the hysterical woman. Judging by his pale face, he has heard the whole thing, and I feel nothing but pity for the man.
I'm so sorry for her
I do and
behavior.
don't.
She's been under a lot of stress. And the alcohol. Talking nonsense, that's all it is. You're not allowed to drink because of the baby, Shelley. What are you thinking?
Nothing to see here, people. Move along.
Yeah, the loading screens will have descriptions of the upcoming level, and some of them, it ruins the reveal that comes partway through. F. Luke, would you like to share with the class what happened? Hi, Sir Grutma. Keep him conscious, that way he can scream in fear as he realizes what's about to happen. Yeah, the last warrior in Age of Calamity. I know, that was so fucking funny, though. Slender Woman, the world's least effective superhero? She does, and better than you can. Yeah, she wouldn't drink. She can, he cannot. Can we see Rochelle's face? I feel like we missed something from the scene. Yeah, it'll be interesting if they ever show her face. I'm surprised they didn't. Hannah would be a much better parent. Yeah. Forgot sometimes theorizing is on the nose. Yeah, unfortunately it can be. What the fuck, Luke? Is there really nothing here but ramblings of a drunk? Yes, that's right. There's no way that what Rochelle says is the truth. What she says doesn't match up. I think you should get her sober and then talk with her, but you know. I know, Luke. Do you? If such a scandalous meeting are to be arranged, he won't do it in such an exposed place, especially not near his precious flowers. And he definitely won't promise responsibility over a child unless it can be helped. Besides, Luke will never go so far as to sleep with another woman, right? It does explain why he was so jealous of you and so afraid of your actions, because usually if someone's overbearing of someone else's actions, it's because they're actually the ones cheating, usually. Okay, fine. Who am I kidding? If I am to be completely honest with myself, he might cheat. With a bit of temptation and a bit of alcohol, he just might. And doesn't that just make my blood boil? To even think of the slightest possibility of infidelity? Lee isn't too far off when he told me how Luke still acted like some young hotshot bachelor. I clicked off the game. It starts to make me think. I think a break can be... Yeah, no. I think... Yeah, no. Perhaps a break is needed. Maybe Marianne had a point. If I am frustrated, if I am unhappy, maybe a break is needed. I don't give a fuck. Some time apart might be just what the doctor ordered. I swear, if everyone dies but Luke, I'm gonna rip my hair out. Time apart to clear out our heads and to think for ourselves, or for myself to be exact. Because looking at this mess before me brings nothing but distress. I feel a bit nauseous, actually, now that I think about it. Luke's too busy making a scene to notice, and a concerned Becky pulls me to the side. She looks as disturbed as I am about the sudden turn of events. Probably not a big fan of drama. Definitely not used to it, by any rate. Not surprising, as her parents were lovely yet simple people.
Hey!
Simple.
I figured you could use the save. You looked like you weren't doing too hot back there.
If everyone dies except Luke, I'm going to cry. I know! If that happens, I'm screaming. I don't like the dots. That makes me think I'm doing everything that makes Luke live. That would be funny if you sent him away and he was the only one that lived. I think because of breaking, it might actually make him go away. Which, I mean, like, if he's not in the game anymore, cool. But
do we need to call a doctor or something?
Oh no,
Hi, Phoenix boy. Please, no live.
I'll just be needing some fresh air, that's all. Some help getting out of here would be much appreciated.
Sure, that won't be a problem. I wanted to get away from this drama too anyway. Just... Hey, Zachary! Hey, Zach!
At the mention of his name, I can't help but seek him out of the crowd as he makes his way over. They know each other?
Becca, this is a real
mess?
Oh, hey, Miss Wright.
If I am to assign a random number to dictate the odds of having two of my acquaintances know each other, I'll say the odds are 1 in 1,000. And if this is any other situation, I would have been suspicious. It isn't completely impossible to have two random strangers who I've met on separate occasions to have known each other in what will be complete random happenstance. It's just that it's been faked before to try and dupe me because of who I am and who I'm married to. But right now, coincidence or not, I'm just grateful for the help. As long as this doesn't turn into a kidnapping anyway.
Hello, Zachary. I told you to call me Hannah. Did I not?
But I do not want those two together. Who? Hannah and Zachary? Yeah, I don't want Hannah and Zachary necessarily. I want Isabella and Zachary because they cute. Or Isabella and Rebecca, but I don't know if that's a possibility or whatnot. And also, I think I kind of made her not like me because I was trying to be nice to him. If everyone dies but Luke, I'm going to sacrifice and throw him into the void myself.
Right. Yeah, you did. So this is what you called me for. We gonna get Hannah out of here?
I can see that they're friends. Not terribly close ones, but friends nonetheless.
That'd be great.
They make quick work of getting us through the crowd. The people part because Zachary's broad build, even if they want to approach me. If that isn't enough, Becky's pointed glares keep them at bay. Nope. We even make it out of the ballroom without any untoward incident. Though judging by the commotion of the other room, the same cannot be said for the unexpected eviction. I really do need fresh air. I need to be away from those nosy Parkers. I need to be away from Luke. This is a good way to a good start as any.
Hey, I gotta go back in there. Completely forgot my bag like an airhead, and I'll see if I can tag Ash on the way out.
Do you feel like there's some subtle racism going on with the whole spiel? How could you two possibly know each other? I hope this black man isn't here to kidnap me. I don't think so, only because she talked to Zachary before. Not that she doesn't have probably influenced unintentional racism. Just because that's like the way she has been raised. But back. But no, in that instance, I think just more that they were together. It struck me as super weird. That's fair. Well, she is rich, so kidnapping could be a thing. Yeah. Never mind about yeeting Luke off a skyscraper then? It just struck me. Oh, no, yeah. Some of the things she said does sound unintentionally racist. Yeah. And that has been the thing, like, when she had her solo talk with him. Like, some of the things she says are a little off. But, yeah.
You'll be fine here, right, Hannah?
Not to worry, dearie. I'll just be right here.
Zach will be with you if you need anything.
At least we're not alone. Well, like, at least I'm not alone in this creepy-ass hallway. Becky balks at the idea of going back into the ballroom. Anyone who hasn't yet would have realized I'm gone by now. And those busybodies will be gossiping about how I left the building with two unknowns. Along with what just transpired, stories both inaccurate and made up will spread by the night's end. It all matters very little in the grand scheme of things, of course. I won't even bother to try and quell them from returning to the fray. That leaves me with...
Zachary?
Yeah, you need something?
I was only going to say how nice it is to see you again.
Don't make this weird, Hannah.
Oh, okay.
I can see the tension in the line of his shoulders. Odd how awkward he is, even when this isn't our first meeting. Some shit just went down. He's not sure how you are. We had met on professional terms, certainly, but I'd like to think I was friendly. A little too friendly. Nonetheless, I do not push the issue about the apparent discomfort when we are left alone. Not right away, at any rate. I know my curiosity will get the better of me soon. Before I can say anything, however, he speaks
You
up.
okay there, Hannah? I mean, of course you're not okay after what happened in there. I mean, that was terrible. But you're not gonna just fall down and faint or anything, right?
I'm fine. Thank you for your concern.
A beat.
I should be asking you the same thing. I remember you being a lot more eloquent.
Oh yeah, I'm just not too good with staying too long in a crowded room. Or handling intense drama, you know? Sorry about my clothes. Didn't think there'd be a dress code. Not that I have anything that nice to wear to a shindig like this.
Hannah, you definitely made him uncomfortable during this professional meeting. It's true. Hannah.
I dig nice, small, simple parties, so this is a real doozy for me.
And do you host your own nice, small, and simple parties often?
Only when there's occasion, birthdays and stuff. Those are a lot more fun for me, and I can be a lot more selective about letting only the people I'm cool with attend, right? I get to pick the food, too. Of course, I make most of them myself. There's usually a dozen people or less, and all we really do is just hang out. Maybe do some grilling, karaoke, dancing, you know, the usual.
That sounds nice.
Yeah. You sure you're all right? You aren't exactly being eloquent yourself, as you put it. You must have something you want to get off your chest.
Like, I want them to be good friends, but I don't want them to necessarily hook up.
I don't know, Zachary. What am I supposed to say?
You can scream married if you want. I won't snitch.
What's that mean?
You want to know what I think? How I feel? I think my friend may have slept with my husband. At least I'm pretty sure she isn't pregnant with his baby, which isn't much now, is it? My husband is a selfish, pretentious, bloody sack of shite, and you know what? I don't give a flying fuck anymore! My God!
She lost it.
Well, that ain't good. Not giving a crap won't make the problem go away.
I'm going to ask him for a break, Zachary. I'm not going to pretend that there isn't a problem, but I just need to step back.
Fair enough. As long as you don't just up and disappear on him, I suppose.
Yes. Now can we please stop talking about him?
Yeah, like, I don't think you should act as if nothing happened and pretend to be happy. Like, I don't think that should be... Like, there needs to be a serious discussion in general. They definitely could take a step back from each other, but go to therapy. Like, I'm not saying they should break it off, but I can understand why she would. But... I mean, like, I don't like him. But in her instance, I know she has good memories with him. So, like, you could go to therapy, see if there is something to salvage, if anything. And if not, then you agree to break it off. Murder, it's shit cat. Oh, okay. French for shit. Gotcha. Thank you, guys.
Tell me more about your small, simple parties. Karaoke and dancing. How does that even go together?
How does it not?
Simple, really. We hope Ash doesn't take the mic, put on a bit of fun music, and just dance. Not that I can. But there ain't nothing complex about it.
You can't be that bad.
I'm pretty good with the twist. Or that's what they tell me, at least. I think they're just being nice. I'm sure it just looks awkward.
I mean, this is more on topic, but, like, I don't want to put him on the spot right here and now. And also, this seems more like flirting, whereas this one's more like a compliment to something else he is confident in. I don't know. I don't know. Not that I'm going to undo it, but I just... Oh my God, what, Fender? Don't make it weird, Hannah.
At least you can cook, allegedly.
Story updated.
You still bring no proof.
Okay, it didn't, like, decrease or increase anything.
This party ain't exactly a potluck, is it?
True.
Oh, don't do the ... dots. It makes me anxious every time you do that, because it makes me think I did a wrong choice.
I will bring the cake.
Yeah, why not? But with a cake that big, like at your housewarming party, we'll be eating frosting for weeks. Maybe make it a little simpler and it's a deal.
Simple would be nice.
October 29th, Saturday. Oh, it's about to be Halloween. I didn't really realize that. I mean, that makes sense. Ooh. The aftermath of Rochelle's accusations, a devastated Hannah was seen exiting the ballroom with Rebecca Gales and Zachary Steele. Hannah was left in the care of the man when Rebecca went to go to the party to search for Ashton. Now alone, the two had to talk and were both smiling by the end of it. There are no wrong choices, just different ones. It doesn't mean the dots don't make me think I did a wrong one. Or one you wouldn't have done, you know what I mean? Just had a flash of realization that Hannah is a character from a song, so I had to go find it and shove it into the music channel. Really? There are always better choices. Always. It's still scary to me. I wish the same can be said about what I'm about to do. Simple isn't the adjective I will use to describe the task at hand. Because really, how does one tell their husband that they want to separate and say that, no, this is not a divorce? Not yet, at least. The possibility is there. But still, how am I even to explain that to Luke without him throwing a fit? Cutting too deeply into my sausages. I open my mouth to excuse myself. That is until I spy Luke mashing and stirring his poached eggs with a fork like a petulant child. He has been silent all the while, chin in his hand, elbow resting on the table. I worry that my absence after the debacle may have caused more harm than good.
Luke.
I don't care. It's not... Why? Okay, it's you. It's supposed to be it's not... Okay, it's you.
I think we need a bit of a break. You know, some time apart.
At my words, he grows still and silent. I'm not sure whether I should be worried or not. I take it as my cue to keep talking.
It's not permanent or anything like that. Just for a while.
And not picking prove it just means you miss what I think is a cute scene. Others may think differently. No, I know saying anything might lead to a spoiler, but that's fine to say since I'm already past it. But no, I think ... means I've made a terrible... I will say ... spikes my anxiety way more than I think you intended to. Because it makes me think I've made a decision that gets someone killed. Because I just assume any decision that I make decides someone's life or death. But that's just because of my experiences with this game. And what I know of it. So my anxiety is...
In a few days, perhaps. I was thinking I can move back into our penthouse in the meantime, but I won't be moving out right away, so that I can help settle everything here. And I haven't even thought of packing yet, and I'll want to ask Johans to assign some of our staff. Unless you want the penthouse anyway, then I'll stay here instead.
No, you take the penthouse. It'll be easier for you.
It isn't supposed to be this easy, is it? Can he really react so aloof to it?
Isn't this to your liking? I imagine that you'd like the space and independence. You'll have the bed and covers to yourself, and you can have whatever you want prepared for meals. You can even have all the wine you want, though I'd rather that you don't.
This isn't about that, Hannah. Well, it's partly that, but...
The man stops playing with his food, choosing instead to push the plate aside. Met with a terrible fate having you, exactly. Thank you for the hug. No, you're okay, Hall. No, I was just letting you know it was spiking my anxiety before my anxiety got higher. Just specifically the ... Because I'm just an anxious bean with choice games. If you thought Luke was going to get sent away from the mansion, he's not. Hey, I mean, I'll take it. Bitch, bye! I'll be safe. Actually, she won't. Because even if you leave, you're not safe. So, like, has been proven with the friend. KatFTWynn, thank you for the raid. Hello and welcome. Oh, goddammit. I was scrolling chat because it wasn't scrolled. What were you playing? Were you having all the fun? But yeah, I figured Hall, and I'm sad about it. Although, am I sad about it? Because that means he could die. It's sad to see how apologetic and anxious she is, yeah. Hi, Accidental Hermit. But no, you're fine, Hall. All the love.
What's wrong, Luke?
He slumps back in his chair and just stops short of putting his feet up on the table. I suspect he's wanting some wine or absinthe by now, but any sort of alcohol is suspiciously absent in his hands.
Aside from that disaster yesterday and you telling me you want a divorce, everything is peachy keen.
Something else is going on.
Well, you want me to start in the letters then? To start the divorce settlements and whatnot?
She didn't say she wanted a divorce. She said she wanted a break.
Will you be seeking ways to throw me out onto the street without a penny to my name?
No, Luke, this isn't a divorce. I just told you this is only temporary. Are you really having a sulk because of what she said yesterday?
I am having a sulk because you believe her. You stormed out and now you're asking for us to split up?
Not stormed out. She was panicked and people helped her escape the stressful situation that she was thrown into.
Soon enough, you'll want to throw me out like I'm a piece of trash.
I mean, you are.
Do you think I would be this calm if I believed her, Lucille Mitchell, Wright?
Yeah.
Because believe me, if I did, well, it wouldn't be pretty. Besides, I know how you feel about children. It makes her whole statement laughable.
Yeah.
Sure, whatever you say.
His mouth draws into a thin line, and I can't bring myself to comment on his half-hearted reply. The stream is lagging, but I can tell exactly what's happening from chat. Oh, full name! You have no right to get angry at you. Yeah, you piece of shit. You're the one fucking another woman. Exactly. She just said it wasn't a divorce, yeah. I was playing, Eve online. Hey. Were you having all the fun? Is it like an MMO? And I'm doing good, just playing Patron Picks and some horror. So, but welcome on in. How completely uncaring he seems to be, yeah. To me, the silence that follows feels oppressive. It only emphasizes the wall that has been built up by my absence and his hubris. And it looms between us, keeping us apart.
When are you leaving? In a week?
It won't take that long to pack. After All Saints, perhaps? I'll go and inform the staff of this.
All Saints, I'm assuming, is Halloween. He only nods. And I'd be lying if I say it didn't disappoint me. F. During breakfast, Hannah asked Luke for a break. She'd be moving back to their penthouse for a couple days, despite trying to remain aloof. Her husband accused her of wanting a divorce. Hannah insisted she simply needed a break from him. I expected more resistance. The man could be stubborn as a mule if he wants to be. Perhaps I can leave now just to spite him, but that isn't like me. Even if this does end in divorce, a thing we both surely wish to avoid, we can leave on amicable terms. There's no point in making a mountain out of a molehill.
What are you still doing here? Just leave. You still have some packing to do, don't you?
Wow. All Saints is November 1st. Okay.
Go ahead.
Which is the last day.
I won't stop you.
Okay, bye. Go ahead and do nothing. There isn't much to do, it seems, whenever I step up to the plate and try to take responsibility for something. Perhaps because everything is already being handled by someone hired specifically for that job. And with Johannes overseeing the staff and Luke handling everything else as a whole, that doesn't leave much for me. I can't even take the job of delegation because all it takes is a word to one of the senior staff and everything will be taken care of for me. Moving in here a few days ago may have very well been the chore that took the most effort from me, and that didn't take any real effort at all.
Yes, Hannah, go buy a mansion in the middle of nowhere. Good idea. Great plan.
Okay, no thanks. Goodbye. Absence is like subbiness. Gotcha. Bender? Oh, this game just in case for raiders. Yes. What was rude, KatFTWynn? Him? Probably. Yeah. Luke can use a break in all of his bones. Oh, got him. I love it. Hannah Hun, this is a mountain of issues with emotional abuse, neglect that you're getting from him. Yeah, the dude was rude. Yeah, he is. Kind of like obeisance? Huh. Differential respect. Gotcha. There is no dishes to set aside and busy myself with. Any mess left behind is now nearly non-existent. To sit on a counter while eating cake is supposed to be my next plan. Alas, there isn't even one to finish off, and I don't really know what brought me into the kitchens in the first place. It's not like I'm craving anything else, nor do I have any unfinished business left here. But there's a calling to this room. Get out of it. Speaking of calling, why not do just that? Might as well, since I have nothing else to do. At least that will require some effort on my part. With how cut off from the rest of Luxborn Mansion is, and how long it was abandoned before we moved in, having a landline is out of the question. The solution's supposed to be our mobiles, though it isn't much considering how spotty the signal is in the area. It'll take a bit of maneuvering to get even a single bar as it is. It takes a bit, as I said it would. I have, to park my rear in one of the cold drawers, but that suits me just fine. Another matter that needs my effort is who to call. She who must not be named is certainly off the list. That doesn't leave much in the category of close friends who attended the party, along with the category of who else is awake at this early hour. But soon enough I managed to call. The call goes through.
Hello, Rebecca Gales here.
I was going to say, if it gives me an option, I was going to call Becky.
Who's this?
Good morning, Becky.
Hannah? Oh, wait, how did you get my number?
You responded to your RSVP through the phone. It's all saved in here, of course. I thought I'd like to say hi and make plans and get together sometime. Also, I'd love to hear news about your mother and father and about you, my dear. Oh, I hope I didn't wake you up.
Hi, Sir Aiden. Hello, welcome. Luke might not want children, but that doesn't mean he's smart enough to use protection to prevent that. Exactly. So I wasn't entirely lying. Ghostbusters.
Oh, you're good. It's sports day at school today, so I was just prepping for that.
Figures that you'd be a teacher as well. I'm sure your students must absolutely adore you.
Don't know about that.
Mathematics?
History, actually. Anyway, it's real nice to know you've got my number. I was going to ask for yours because Mom wanted to keep in touch.
You could have asked, silly girl. I would have gladly given it to you.
Couldn't, though, because, well, the thing that happened. But really am sorry, though. I gotta run. School, schedule, stuff.
Please check with your homeowners and or renters insurance before calling the Ghostbusters. They have a history of fucking shit up. It's true.
Is there anything else you want to say? Don't.
Oh, of course, of course. I shouldn't keep you.
Hold on, what'd you say? Don't want to use the mobile while driving.
But I wanted to thank you for your company yesterday.
Not a problem.
I was hoping you could thank Zachary on my behalf as well. He was really kind and wonderful.
Well, you can tell him that yourself if you want. I can give you his number.
Oh, no, I don't want to be a bother. Intruding on his privacy.
Pretty sure he'd be fine with it. If you two on a first-name basis and all. So, his number, right, it's...
The call The call starts to go static, much to my frustration. A strange clicking noise drowns out most of her words. Too, I can barely understand what she's saying. The line completely dies. I can feel a headache coming along. It's just building up, starting from a light throbbing on one side of my head. The static is gone, and that helps a lot. But there's still that incessant horrible clicking. Again and again and again. Which doesn't make sense. The mobile's turned off, isn't it? And if it isn't coming from the phone, then where? Nope. Looking about, I can't help but let my eyes be drawn to the hatch leading into the wine cellar once more. That's when the clicking stops and I can hear that crying. That familiar crying from before. What happened the other day, when I was told nobody should have been down there? I tried to forget it because of how it unsettled me so. One can hardly do that when I'm looking at the very thing I'm trying to forget. Somebody is crying down there again. But if I leave it alone, it simply won't stop bothering me for the rest of the day. That's fine, leave it alone! They might have forgotten to lock it with the party going
This
on.
again? If somebody is pulling my leg, I will not be happy.
Hi, Mr. Moo Moo. Don't go in! Don't go in! Why would you go in? Don't do that! No! I hate it. True enough, all it takes is a bit of a pull to open the hatch. As I look down into the cellar, a sense of uneasiness washes over me. It isn't just the sudden onset of vertigo and nausea, but also the darkness. It's suffocating. And as I look down, it feels as if it's looking back at me. I worry that something will suddenly pull me into the deep. Well, then close it. The cries drown beneath the shrieks that start echoing in my head, high and shrill, like nails being dragged across a chalkboard. They're all screaming, shouting at me. And I can just feel her rage. Help me. She wants to drown me, drag me down, and crush me in the very depths of darkness until there's nothing left of me. A deep abyss waits for me, for my death. They're all calling for it. This is a nightmare. There's a rope around my neck and I can feel the rest of me being torn apart. No! And they're still screaming. I'm screaming. Though it is not my voice that escapes my lips. It claws through, climbing up and forcing its way up my throat like putrid bile. I choke and gag, yet I scream and shriek all at the same time. And I'm me, but not me. So it's a memory. Resist the ghost's influence? What do you mean? Press tab? Oh, Z. P. Shit! I. Good thing I know the keyboard by just like... I just didn't have my fingers set, but if I have my fingers set with my pointer fingers on F and J, I took a typing class, and I know where the fucking buttons are if I do that. Alright. It pushes me down to my knees before I'm prone and vulnerable on my stomach. It makes me tumble, and I can just feel my whole body seizing, writhing on the floor. Everything and nothing hurts. It feels like I'm on the verge of death. And if I'm not dying, I nearly wish I actually am.
Hannah, what is going on in there? Why are you?
Brains.
Seeing Luke, something snaps back, and I'm able to take a gasp of my own air on my own volition for the first time what feels like centuries. I would have rejoiced and cried for his name if the pain still did not wreck my body. Safe hands, my ass. In safe hands. Fuck. Very good, thanks! We all float down here. God damn it, Soothsayer. She died. A cellar ghost claims its first victim. No, I refuse. Me no like. I hate this. I hate that. I think I know what went wrong there. It's a British game, so it's Z, not Z. Shh. British setting, I mean. I took typing class, but it never worked with my stubby hobbit fingers. Carpal tunnel. Oh, that's not fun. I'm bittersweet to this. I know. Hi, Midnight Saucy. Gotta love the horror. Instead, all I do is stare listlessly as he comes to my side and lifts me up, cradling me in his arms. He tries to get me to my feet, perhaps to take me out of here. But all he's able to do is get me to sit, make sure I'm not trashing on the floor. Trashing on the floor? I can still feel my muscles spasm, limbs jerking like a puppet's on a string. Luke holds me tight and keeps me still so that I do not hurt myself anymore. Whatever it is that happened, it has my mind feeling frayed and battered. Eventually the pain dies down to a dull ache, and my own tongue stops feeling like cotton. It's only now that I can feel the wetness on my cheeks, tears streaking down my face. A cough racks my body now that I don't feel like choking. And it all feels so all just feels so horrible, but I don't care. I don't care.
Please.
What happened here? Who did this to you?
I don't know. I'm so sorry.
Shh, it's all right. You're safe now, Hannah.
I hate this picture, but that's a cute picture. Also, I'm going to read this now that we're past it, because I was afraid it'd be another spoiler. Hannah called Rebecca Gales, hoping to catch up with an old friend. The talk got interrupted by a horrible clicking and the cry of a woman in the wine cellar.
You're safe now.
Dots. Zachary! Okay. New person. I'm gonna take a quick break. I know we don't have much time left, but I'm almost out of water from all the reading. Do we have multiple?
None of them.
Yo. You guys get to hear Zachary humming, or what I assume is Zachary. Oh my god. British setting, this is actually a Filipino game. Yeah, but they're supposed to be in Britain or England. Remember kids, if a partner makes you feel like utter shit every now and then comforts you like this, it's not healthy. Yeah, no, it's not. Like, at least he was there to save her from the ghost, maybe? But, like, no, they still shouldn't be together. You cannot, or you can't canon die to QTE anyway. Would have just given you a game over if you had failed. That's what I was assuming because of me failing Isabella's. So, I'm grateful for that. Unlike, you know, Until Dawn, where you die from a QTE and then they're dead. And the small amount of comfort, kindness do not make up for treating you like garbage. Yeah, they don't. Or cheating and knocking your friend up. Yeah. Safe, right? Cycle of Abuse says that if they acted horrible all the time, chances are you'll leave. If you act good sometimes, the cycle of abuse. Yeah. Bits of kindness are not good. Yeah. Safe, relatively speaking. Yeah, at least we're not getting killed by a ghost. Never heard the none of them before. Scared the crap out of me. That's my own voice. Alright, I will be right back. Here's some humming. And you can feed BRB Orca, and I'll be right back. Okay. Now I stretched. I also got, yesterday, we're gonna find out if it's disgusting, a Soylent drink, which I've never tried Soylent. I tend to like protein shakes and stuff, but this is a little different. We'll see. But I got really excited because I saw mint chocolate chip, or mint chocolate. So I figured if I'm gonna try any, cold mint chocolate sounds really good. So YOLO. Isabel, Zachary, Johans, and Marianne are the main three I've liked, or main four you've liked so far with no hate. Luke, Ash, and the bad scaries, yeah. It's made of people. I know, Soylent Green. Is it Soylent Green? I mean, it is Soylent and it's green. Then you lose me at mint. I like mint chocolate if it's cold. So we're about to find out. Oh, it's sealed. I mean, good, but not what I expected. Cat, what? Mint chocolate. So we'll see. I mean, it looks like chocolate. You can't drink people. You can't tell me what to do. Yeah. Mint chocolate shake, basically. Or it's like having chocolate milk, but with mint. Finger nut jack. Also, I suggest for anyone interested to yes buy. This has a ton of good stuff in it. Def with the sale price. Says the person who put in over 112 hours. Holy shit. Holy shit. I can't tell Kat what to do. Makes no sense. I mean, Ash is still a bitch. I mean, the voice actor's fine. Just the personality of Ash is shit. Only like mint chocolate if it's green. It's weird that it's... But it's just me. Why? Because, like, this is chocolate looking. That's fair. Sounds delicious. It's not bad. I mean, it's not as, like, sweet. I mean, it is sweet. But it's not, like, a shake. There's definitely like, you know, the aftertaste of protein shakes where it feels like not grainy, because it's definitely like I don't taste or I don't feel any graininess, but it's just almost like this residue that protein shakes leave behind on your tongue and stuff. It makes my mouth dry, actually. That it still has that, but Brother sent me down a collection of various mint chocolate candles for my birthday. It's hard to not just eat them all in way too short a time. I do. Nearly 100 hours in it. It's not 100% complete. Once you play through it the first time, you get a decision tree, and by the time you get to Luke's chapter, it's a bit crazy. Can you only get Luke's chapter through going do it again? That's interesting, if so. But we'll play a little bit of Zachary before we switch over. But profile's new. Zachary. Zachary's 31. Zachary's actually the same age as her. March 20th, Pisces, 31 years old. March 20th isn't Pisces. Is it? No, it's Taurus. Taurus. It's Aries, not Taurus. It's Aries. Is March 20th Pisces? Oh, end date is March 20th. Oh, wow. I thought it always was like every 15th. Okay, never mind. I thought it was every 15th that it changed. My bad. Huh, weird. Pisces being born Pisces is March 20th. Yeah, it must have just been one off. Hi, Raptor. Of course my dad's calling me while I'm streaming again. I will call him after. My bad. Ooh. This humming though. Alright. Occupation. Oh, he's 6 foot. Occupation, freelance photographer. Nationality, American. Religion, agnostic. Education, diploma in digital film. Likes pie, photography and filmography, documentaries, cooking, acoustic guitar, and video games. Before his parents' death, he lived in New Jersey, where his family owned a diner and bakery. He and his older sister were orphaned due to a hate crime, and they were forced to move to England, where their grandparents lived. He had loved cooking and helping out with their old diner, but grew lazy and disinterested after the incident. It did not help that he was one of the few blacks in a predominantly white community at the time. His passion for the visual arts was sparked when he found old Polaroids and home movies of his parents. Freelancing helped pay his rent, but the man had long set his sights on the indie film scene. It was during the creation of his first documentary that a robbery occurred, and Ashton was there to investigate. Being in the wrong place at the wrong time led to Zachary being placed as a suspect, but the rookie detective helped him clear his name. Aw, thanks, Ashton. Alright. I'll listen to my dad's voicemail after, or right before we switch. No, you'll play all the characters in any playthrough, but picking up all the different possible routes takes time, yeah. Given that by that point you can have any combination of 6 people being dead or alive, that's just the start. Gotcha. Ash did a good goddammit. The pleasant aroma hits me long before I cross the threshold. Faint but light and warm, a reminder of what home is. Pa's stern but commending gaze, Ma's tender smile, the sunlight filtering through the eaves of in the morning, and the distinct smell of cinnamon and vanilla as it drifts through the air every time something is cooked in the room. The room. Our room. Ma and Pa's pride and joy. Well, I just read that they're dead, so this is gonna be sad. My sister and I too, eventually. But we ain't allowed there. Not yet. Not until we're taller or older. Not until we've learned how to take care of ourselves and not burn our hands or reach the cupboards without having to be lifted.
But a little peek wouldn't hurt, yeah?
The floorboards are cold under my feet more than it usually is. The walls more forbidding than what I'm used to. Farther and farther the room goes. Ma's singing ceases and Pa...
No, please wait. I'll be good. I'll sleep on time. Don't go.
I can't hear Pa. Jesus! Not above the ruckus clanging and the deafening roars of gunshots, nor the screams replacing the comforting soft melodies. There's only the blinding fear. When my foot slips, the red sea that catches me is bitter and frigid, but the blood that drips in my hand is warm, warm, warm. It ain't my blood. The walls tumble and everything goes quiet. Poor Zachary! Jesus Christ, that PTSD. I think Ash is a good guy. He's just a dick. He has good morals, like he's a detective and stuff, but he's a dick. Oh, poor Zachary. It takes a few moments for everything to fall into place, for my eyes to adjust to the relative darkness of the room. Oh, I forgot the switch. Despite the pleasant chill the AC brings, my shirt is clinging tightly to me, and my blanket a tangled mess around my throat. Morning has not even arrived, and yet...
Way too early for this thing, man.
And too long. Too long since I've last woken up, drenched in my own sweat, head littered with thoughts that are gone as soon as my eyes open. All too often, only imprints and brief images are left to haunt me for the rest of the day, or until my mind forgets about it. The trigger list is very long. Yes, that's why it's there. A hug for anyone that needs it, for sure. Here's a cinnamon bun. Egad, whichever comes first. Yet, vivid or not, what little I can remember does not matter. Regardless, the desperation sticks, clawing up, pushing, urging me to relive every moment, every sensation, and... There's a twinkle in Ma's eyes when she looks up from her work, flour dusting her nose and cheeks. The scent of freshly baked bread. Did you fall back asleep, sir? Wafts from the oven as soon as Pa opens it, and the homely fragrance of honey fills the room. He reaches up to wipe a small beads of sweat away from his forehead before gesturing for me to come closer the moment he spots me on my little hiding place behind the door. I expect him to be angry, but his pat on my back when I come within his arm's reach is encouraging enough. We'll have to taste these first before we put them up for sale tomorrow. You up for it, little man? Is it good enough? A knock cuts through the air before I can answer. Sharp, heavy, demanding, familiar. So distantly familiar. Ma ushers me out the kitchen when Pa moves to answer it. But I know. I know what waits outside. The taste of blood in my mouth sends an unpleasant churning in my gut. Ma's apron crinkles under my tight grip. Something snaps back into place. My bed remains in an utter disarray. The walls still need a new paint job, and the wall clock ticking opposite my bed is as unsettling as ever. Ash is right. I should have already replaced that when I got the chance.
You're no longer there, Zachary. Here and there are miles apart.
Somewhat minor in there, so I have to go. It's nice to hang out. Take care, Raptor Panic. Have a lovely evening. It's totally fair. Take care of yourself.
Calm down. Breathe.
The pressure of my own fingers against my temple is welcome sensation over the anxiety gripping me. Never really did anything to stave off the headache sure to follow after this before, but it grounds me. A little reminder that I'm safe, away from the place I once called home, from Ma and Pa's. The urgency with each rap that follows finally chases away the ghosts threatening to hang around. Why anyone thinks it's a good idea to knock at someone else's door this late confuses me. Nana would chase them away with a broom if she was here. But no matter, it's a welcome break from the thoughts about to take a morbid turn if left festering. It's probably just Ash anyway, looking for a place to crash. Wonder of wonders why he's bothering with the courtesy when he never did so before. Even with that hunch, though, habit compels me to check who it is first, through the peephole. Better safe than sorry, they say. Except the person that greets me on the other side ain't him. Unless his hair grew longer overnight, and he's wearing a ponytail, of course, which I highly doubt will happen anytime soon, no matter how funny that looks in my head. I waste no time opening the
Isabella,
latches.
it's late.
a safe haven. Is this the same day that she had a freak out at her work? When she got attacked by the ghost and I almost killed her? I did kill her. And then I almost killed her. It's probably fine. There's something I can't quite pinpoint in her eyes when she looks up. Her face is pallid. Her face a pallid shade, shoulders tense, breathing heavy, and uncontrollable shaking in her hands as she's trying to hold back. Hide if I didn't know any better.
Hey, Zach. Sorry. I know it's weird for me to show up at this hour, but you were the closest to my office, and...
Yeah, it was right after that. Isabella is alive! At least for now.
No. It's perfectly fine. I'm not really working on anything right now.
This is immediately after the end of Isabella's chapter. That's what I thought. Okay.
Do you want to come in?
Is it all right? I know you should be sleeping at this hour, but I thought... I'm sorry, I just thought... I have no idea why I went here. My feet just moved on their own after I got out of the office, and... Sorry.
She trails off, her voice lost in a muggy night air. I wait for her to say more, but instead, her only response is a downward shift of her gaze, back to her still trembling hands, as if the motion alone is enough for an explanation. A minuscule gesture, easy to miss if one is not paying attention. But for someone who has seen the same expression on the mirror, done the same thing too many times when night terrors are inevitable, it is not.
Hey, don't worry about it. At least you not. Ash just barges in and crashes on the couch whenever he feels like it.
That is the smallest couch. I would like to see him try.
I swear that guy is one fine hairline away from being a criminal. Besides, you already know you can count on me whenever.
Story updated. Without waiting for her answer, I step away from the door and saunter over to the kitchenette. For a few good seconds, only the clinking of plates can be heard above the constant tick-tock. Late as it might be for a snack, the familiar motions keep me occupied, steering my mind away from dangerous thoughts. Isabella's company is not unwelcome either. Whatever her reasons are for showing up at such an hour doesn't matter. I'll be damned if I just turn her away, frazzled as she is. The door clicks shut behind her when she finally enters, feet scuffling soft against the tiled floor. In all the years I've known her, she has never once lost her upbeat spirit, ever upbeat. Yet in this particular moment, she stands in my doorway, holding her arms close to herself. It's as if I'm looking at someone completely withdrawn from the person I've come to know all these years.
Do you want to drink or eat anything? I haven't restocked my food stash yet, so ingredients may be a bit limited. But I'm sure I can whip something up with what I have here.
Just water will do, please.
I'll be lurking, enjoying the playthrough. No problem, Midnight.
Thanks, Zach.
What? No additional food requests? That's new. I'll put something together for you anyway. Feel free to make yourself at home. You ain't exactly a new visitor here. Although my room's not at its most presentable right now. Sorry. New freelance gigs and such. Didn't have time to fix things up here lately.
It's okay. I don't mind.
Usually she'd have something more to say about that. A quip, a witty remark to provoke a laughter or two. Laughter or two. Nothing from her this time. Only a weak smile before she takes a seat on the couch in silence that stretches out until what we left hanging feels disconcerting. Before everything turns stifling and awkward, I continue talking, if only to keep the dead air at bay. How's one supposed to keep a conversation going when the person you're talking to is like this?
Anyway, gigs. Can you believe this one client we got? Boss had all my scheduled shoots shifted after they caught wind of this couple buying a new property. Man, must be nice to have all the money in the world. The world itself moves for you, huh?
She's curled up on one side of the couch and hugging her knees close when I bring the tray carrying the sandwiches and the water she requested. I actually just half panicked about something. Hold up. Wait, did I fuck up? No, we're good. Okay, thank God. Okay. I thought I fucked up about Wolf Prince's pick, that it was the wrong day. I just had like a half moment of like, oh shit, was it Thursday and not Tuesday? No, we're fine. Hi, Wolf Prince! I just panicked. It's fine. She starts to straighten up as I'm unloading the contents, but pauses as soon as I hold up my hands in a haltering gesture.
You're a guest. Didn't I say you're free to make yourself at home?
Zach is so lovely. Most of the characters have some fairly obvious flaws in them somewhere, but Zach, I can't really think of one. Yeah. He's been through a lot. I've been lurking? No, you're fine. I just wanted to make sure. I was like, wait, shit. Like, not even like if you're here or not. I just wanted to make sure I had the right day for a half second. Which I was like, I thought I checked, but now I wasn't certain. I second guessed myself.
Here's your water. Careful.
The tremor in her hands, though lighter now, still hasn't subsided when she reaches out for the glass. I give her a questioning look, but she is quick to avert her eyes, keeping herself occupied by taking small gulps of water. Maybe she just doesn't want me asking questions. Worrying. This sudden loss for words, this bout of quiet not normally present in our chats. Even the creaking of the old chair when I casually take a seat is a welcome break. Although the company is familiar, this has gone way past unnerving.
What happened? Overtime at work?
She doesn't answer immediately. Another gulp drains the glass of its remaining contents. One would think it would be enough to help her recover, yet she doesn't lose her taut grip on the glass as she cradles it in her lap. Her eyes take an unfocused gaze, which, when she speaks again...
Yeah. Boss handed me extra work today. After what happened to Rose.
Rose? Why do I feel like you've mentioned her before? Sorry, I'm better with remembering faces than names.
She was my coworker. That will take some getting used to. I was just talking to her the other day.
Was? Did she resign or something? I think I'm missing a few details here, Bella.
You've never met her. I think I did mention her once or twice. It doesn't matter. You probably heard her name recently from the news than me.
All the hugs. Something clicks then. A little memory from the night before. The bright red light from the dark room, the strong odor of the stop bath, the television's barely audible murmur in the background, and a glimpse of a bloody room. The news is everywhere, even in the morning that follows. I just didn't think its effects will strike someone this close to me.
Oh. Damn. I didn't mean to bring that up.
No, like I said, it'll take some getting used to, but it'll get better. Things might become a little busier for me, though. She left a lot of things unfinished, and I'm one of the few people in the office who knows how she works. Boss thinks the transition will be easier if I handle it.
That explains it. Well, just don't forget you still need rest. Even the most hard-working people I know don't keep hours as late as this. Hell, the subway stopped running hours ago. Crime rate might be lower here than most places, but that doesn't mean you can walk around freely in the middle of the night.
It's just for today.
Still a good thing you dropped by here first. I'm not just about to let you walk out here alone, especially not in the middle of the night. Who knows what else could happen? I'm not saying you should go right now, but I could accompany you home if you...
No! Wait, please!
The vehement tension in her voice makes me pause, and it is in this instant the mask she's been keeping falls apart, only for a short while. Right then and there, I understood what's hiding behind her unfocused stare from the moment she arrived. Fear. Pure, unadulterated fear. It's disturbing to see, much marring her usual upbeat countenance. With a sigh, I cross the small distance separating us and kneel in front of her. She doesn't flinch when I do so. However, the way she appears to make herself smaller against the couch is telling
Bella,
enough.
This ain't just about your coworker, is it? What is it really about? I'm all ears.
Damn. The sound of glass shattering rents through the air as soon as her hold on it loosens. In the span of a few seconds, her breathing grows labored.
I don't know anymore.
She claps her hands over her ears, pressing it tightly against the sides of her head. Her voice grows weaker with each word, each plea coming from her mouth.
Please don't leave me alone. I don't want to be alone right now. I can't shake it off. Everywhere's not safe and...
All right, Isabella. Look at me. Look at me.
My hands are firm on her shoulders when I pull her up to look at me. It takes every force of will to ignore the terror in her eyes in favor of taking control of the situation. Too close, too familiar.
Breathe. You're safe here. Inhale, hold, exhale. Stay in the present. I'm here. No one's gonna hurt you. Do you want to talk about it?
The force with which she shakes her head is enough reason to drop the topic altogether.
No more. Please. No more. I don't want to remember anymore.
Okay, no more talking. I won't ask anymore. Can I get you anything? Another glass of water? I think I have a tub of that pistachio ice cream you love so much.
This is making me tear up.
We're gonna have to clean this mess first. Will you be fine on your own for a little while?
She nods lightly before retreating into herself again. No more words are exchanged after that, and I take that as my cue to start cleaning the shards littered the floor before either one of us gets hurt. The quiet hum of the AC is a pleasant distraction as I go over the menial task. More so than her ragged draws of breath or my little feeble attempts to tell a quick story or two, but the latter does the trick. And soon enough, she is already drifting off by the time I return with the promised glass of water, her chest rising and falling in a steady rhythm, the strain on her shoulders gone. Frankly, I've never seen her this still. She mumbles something I don't quite catch when I carry her to the empty bed and hugs herself tight against the mess of blankets. In spite of the fact that she appears relaxed, the small frown on her face hasn't quite disappeared. Whatever happened to her won't be leaving her anytime soon. But for her sake, I hope it won't stay long with her. Because no matter what promises I've made, this is a kind of fear no person could shield her from. I should know. There are still questions left to be answered, but the late hour coupled with the sudden exhaustion made my old couch a more comfortable bed than it typically is. I clicked off. Okay. Darkness immediately welcomes me as my head hits the makeshift pillow. I was hoping for the next day. October 25th. A frightened Isabella Santos knocked at Zachary Steele's apartment in the middle of the night. Shaken, she refused to say what happened. Zachary let her stay regardless. I can only wish the dreams will keep at a distance for now. For both of us. October 25th, Tuesday. Alright. So I'm going to save here. And we're going to switch. But my heart. That actually made me tear up. I appreciate this comfort and care. Yeah, he was taking really good care of her. It's what she needed. But we're gonna quit there then. Saved. Holy crap. Stress? Thank you, Paul, for being a lovely Patreon supporter and for picking this game. Thank you, thank you. I was please no jump scare. I was eating ice cream and had a bowl in my hand. Oh yeah, please don't do that. Oh, take care, Soothsayer. Thank you for hanging out with us for a bit. Have a lovely evening. But yeah, we're gonna switch games. I'm gonna see what my dad said real quick while I'm switching games. But I have to run downstairs to go grab the Switch because I forgot it, and that's what the Spirit of the North is on. So, thank you, Hall. I appreciate you so much. I think I said that again, but you know, it's true. All the love. But I will be right back. I'm gonna go grab the Switch and listen to this voicemail. Hooray, another spoopy game. Ghosts. Well, I mean, it is spirits, but it's not gonna be scary. Sorry.